Hi everyone, in today's video we're going to talk about how to put an image into text using HTML and CSS. In my previous videos we talked about how to put an image into text using PowerPoint, Canva and Photopea. By the way, if you've not watched those videos, the links are in the description below. But in today's video we will talk about how to put an image into text using HTML and CSS. Let's begin. So we are going to be creating something that looks like this. So the first thing that we are going to do is that we are going to create a folder. And how do you create a folder? The shortest way of creating a folder is by, on your keyboard, you see where you see CTRL, that's control. Simply click on Control Shift, that's the shift key, that arrow up, shift key. Control Shift N. So that's how to create a new folder. As you can see, new folder, Control Shift N is the shortest way to create a new folder. So the next thing now we're going to do is that, so you name that folder, whichever name you want to name the folder, whether it is class, whether it is your name, whether it is practice, whether it is just name that folder anything. Name that folder that you can you remember, because it's coming very handy. So the next thing now that we're going to do is that we're going to go to our text editor. I am using Visual Studio Code. There are several text editors. We have Sublime Text, we have Atom, we have Visual Studio Code like I'm using, we have Notepad++, and several others. But for this online course, we are going to be using Visual Studio Code. So the first thing now is that after you've created your folder, because I name my own folder class. So after you've created your folder, just simply, you can see here new file. So you just simply click on that new file. So after clicking on the new file, you name that file you want, and you just name it any name you can, but make sure that when you name it .html. The full meaning of HTML is hypertext markup language. So sorry, I can't really explain everything in full details because this is not the course for this. But if you want to know more about all these things, you can check out w3schools.com. The link is in the description below. Just check out w3schools.com. They've explained everything, but I will try and explain the best I can explain here. So you simply go and type the name of the file you want to use. So me, I am using yemo.html. The standard way, actually, to be frank with you, the standard way is you using index.html. But it is not a sin, it's not a crime if I use yemo.html. So the first thing now is that once you've created a file under class was what I put as my folder. You can name your folder anything as well. So once you create your file, so you just simply start the coding. So the first thing is the doctype.html. Then next thing is just simply type the HTML. So make sure that all this less than and greater than sign that you are seeing, make sure that they are opened and they are closed. It is very, very important. It is very, very important. If not, it just look like you are wasting your time. So they are very, very important. Something. So I have to close this now. I have to close that. So what we are doing now is that we are typing what is in the head. So let me just, I don't know, maybe I can mention natural as our title. You can just name your title based on what you are doing. Anyway, so link real is equal to style. I didn't spell style correctly. Style sheets. Then type is equal to text / slash css, then h no, then href ade.css. Now the reason why I am putting, see, I forgot to put remember to put, always close it back. So the reason why I'm using ade.css is because I am trying to link this to an external sheet, which is ade.css. Normally usually style.css, but like I said, you can use any name, but make sure you remember that name. The standard is actually index.html style.css, but you are free to use any name you want, but I'm just letting you know that. So the next thing now we are going to do is that, so we are done with our head. So we need to see, I didn't put, so this is head, yeah. So I'll remove this, because meta, chassis, title, link, they are all part of the head, so they are very important. And feel free to make mistakes, because in this particular kind of skill, mistakes are bound. They are very bound. So they are very, very bound. So after head, the next thing we are going to type is our body. Our body. So h1, what's the name of our body? Fire. That's the name of our body. Yeah. So the next thing now we are going to do now is we are going to go to our cascading style sheet. That's the full meaning of CSS, cascading style sheet. So we'll just click on that. Then the first thing we are going to type is the body. Then type background color. I want to name mine gray. Oh, there's a mistake. Like I said, mistakes are bound when you do this kind of thing. So next thing is margin. So mistakes are bound, so don't be afraid to make mistakes when you are doing coding. So font family, I like this sans serif. So the next thing now we are going to do is that we are done with the body now. So let's even check if this is even gray, because it's part of what we are. So I'll simply just go. I named my folder class. So we'll just check out where I name my folder class. Then I saved my html.html. So I'll just simply click on it. Yeah, so you can see it's in gray color. So we are moving on, we are progressing. Yeah. So the next thing now is that we are going to type h1 now. The reason why we're typing h1 is because, as you can see, we need to put the image into text. As you can, let me even explain this. There are different kinds of headers. H1 is the highest. There's H1, there's H2, there's H3, there's H4, there's H5, there's H6. H6 is the lowest size you can get. H1 is the highest. By the way, like I said before, if you want to know more, just check w3schools.com. The link is in the description below, so you get more information about all those things. So The next thing now that we are going to do is that we are going to sorry, mistake. I didn't close this. Yeah. The thing was showing me that the thing was making noise because I had made an error and I did not realize that error. Like I said, errors are bound, but you have to just be very your eyes has to be very wide open to know that you have made a mistake somewhere. So font size, what is happening? Let's name it 500 pixels. Font weight. Let's name our font weight maybe like 600 pixels or maybe 550 pixels. So it depends on the kind of size you want your this thing to be like, the kind of size you want your text to be like. So as I've named it pixels, then letter spacing. Let's name it maybe like 100 pixels. But let's even see our text. Let's see it. Let's see how we are doing. So I need to save this. It's very important. You need to save it. So just click on Ctrl S so that it reflects. Ctrl S. Yeah. So let's see if what we are doing actually makes sense. You can see what we are doing makes sense. So let's move on. Let's move on. Let's fire on. No, that's a mistake. So just text align. We need to align our text to the center. So that's very important. Let me check again if it's there. Let me press Ctrl S to save. Very important. It's very important that you save. So yeah, it's correct. Like I said, mistakes are bound to happen. So let's move on. So the next thing now that we are going to do is that we are going to put our background image. Yeah. So background image. So the name of background image is, just simply type URL fire.jpg. Now just to explain this properly, the reason why I'm putting fire.jpg is because let me go to our files. So this is where everything is set. Now right click on the image, any image, not even this one, no, not even this fire image I downloaded, any image, even if it's your picture, maybe your graduation picture, any image, like anything. just right click. When you right click, go to properties. So you can see properties. Just go to properties. So you can see here .jpg. There are different file extensions that maybe you can say .png, but for this one I am using, it is .jpg. So what we're going to, I just wanted to clarify, I just wanted us to know that. So what we're going to do now is that you now type the name of that picture. That's fire. That's the name of my own picture. It depends on your own. You now type the picture fire.jpg. So next thing now we're going to do now is we are going to type background size. Background size. Then we'll type WebKit. The purpose of this WebKit is so that the image will enter the text. That's the purpose of this WebKit, that the image enters the text. So I'm going to type WebKit. I didn't get that well. WebKit text fill color transparent, then WebKit background clip. Text. So let's check because the purpose of this clip is so that the image enters the text. So let's check what we've been doing. So let me just save it. Yeah, so as you can see now, we've simply just done it. The image now is inside the text. So that is just simply how to put an image inside text using HTML and CSS. Like I said, this particular video I can't explain. If I explain the HTML and CSS, it's going to be very, very long. But I just explain the little that I can explain so that you'd get the main gist. So this is how to put an image into text using HTML and CSS. So peradventure, you might not want to use Canva, you might not want to use PowerPoint. By the way, if you want to use Canva and PowerPoint, the links are in the description below. I created a video on how to put an image into text using PowerPoint, Canva, and Photopea. So, but if peradventure you don't want to use those ones, you can even just code it, and you will simply put an image into text using HTML and CSS. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you want to get your coding skills going, just check out w3schools.com. If this video was helpful, please comment, like, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. We've come to the final chapter on image to text. So thank you so much for being with me in this journey, and I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.